Hi, hello, you wonderful souls, and welcome to the Witches Brewcast. I'm your host, Oh Hey Tracy, and this is just my little cozy, sometimes spooky corner of the internet for us to share. I am an intuitive reader, a medium, a spirit keeper, meaning I care for haunted vessels and spirits in need of a home, and a longtime witch. Today, let's talk about diversity in the paranormal community. You see, one of the hardest things for me when I was looking for a paranormal community to join was realizing no one looked like me. I have loved consuming paranormal content since childhood as someone who grew up a witch, someone who grew up in a haunted house, someone who grew up doing tarot readings and investigating homes for friends. I love the paranormal. I remember watching those overnight Halloween specials of ghost hunters and wishing so badly that I had a group like that. Somewhere I could talk about experiences, debunk things, and make people feel safe. But as I got older, I realized how rare it was to see women in this male-dominated field, and even more obvious was the absence of any women of color. As someone who's half Black and half Hispanic, it was impossible to find someone who looked like me. What made it even harder was knowing how much history and storytelling our cultures have around the paranormal. Yet it seemed like the only time we were invited to the table was to play up stereotypes, performing for the camera in ways that executives thought felt close enough to Black culture to satisfy an audience. And even then, still no women. Isn't it strange how so many cultures have deep stories, experiences, and lore that pop culture loves to use for content, video games, and movies, yet we're rarely invited to actually participate, to bring our knowledge and history to the table? Instead, it gets turned into entertainment. And when you watch paranormal shows, you'll often see people outside of these cultures talking as experts, casually throwing in "I heard this from X community," as if that's enough credit for us. But where's the space for us to represent ourselves and share our stories directly? This isn't just limited to TV or YouTube, it's everywhere, even in small local groups. I remember when I wanted to join a group in my area, every single one was filled with mostly men over 50, all white with maybe one or two women at most. And it almost felt like that was their quota for women, like any more and it would hurt them. I don't know. Then I thought, okay, what about women-focused spaces? Surely they'd be more inclusive, right? Well, spoiler alert, no. I searched and researched for so long hoping to find paranormal groups for women or spaces with women of color as speakers, guests, or panelists. And again, nothing. And I know the next question would be, well, why didn't you suggest anyone? Or why didn't you step up? The truth is I did. And the response? Silence. Loud, deafening silence. The community is not just flawed, it's pulling the bare minimum to even pretend to be inclusive. For a while, I gave up on the idea of joining a group altogether. No matter how much I wanted to investigate more and how much my followers wanted to see it, I started to think maybe this is actually impossible. Maybe I just have to do it myself one day and learn all the ins and outs of video editing, which, by the way, I suck at. Even when I connected with other creators, I lost the confidence to approach them because it was clear that finding a group willing to take a woman of color seriously was unlikely. The chances felt really slim, and it was just discouraging. Now, the story isn't all doom and gloom. In fact, I lucked out in the end. I was lucky enough that a mutual friend, shout out Deb, introduced me to Ghost Gang TV, and I instantly clicked with them. I don't think I ever laughed so much with a group of people in my life. When they invited me to join full-time, I was genuinely surprised because, like I mentioned, it's so rare to find a group that's going to welcome a woman of color, especially full-time. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this team is everything I was looking for. They embraced me, from my shyness to my neurodivergent quirks to health challenges. Not only did they welcome me, but even their friends showed such kindness. And the talent on this team is insane. Eric and Jesse are like the most outgoing, high-energy golden retriever types you'll ever meet. It's impossible to not get along with them. Justin and Casey are equally as welcoming, and I can't say enough about their talents behind the camera and in the editing room, all while balancing full-time jobs between all of us. This group is truly a powerhouse team. And now I'm a part of it. It's honestly amazing. Being with Ghost Gang TV reminded me of how much I love what I do in the paranormal community. With this new confidence, I've expanded even further, hosting tarot events where I connect with clients with their loved ones who have passed and help guide them towards their goals. At the end of the day, that's why I do it. I do it out of pure love and passion for helping people on both sides of the veil. I always say I work a lot, but I will always make time to pursue this deep, lifelong love I have for my craft, my experiences, and the knowledge I can share. If I can help people, I will. And I know that from where I stand, I still have a level of privilege compared to some communities still fighting to be heard. And to them, I say, I see you. I believe there's a place for us if we keep pushing. We might not be invited to every table, but if that's the case, let's build our own. We're strong. We carry an energy that many cannot even grasp, rooted in our ancestors and in all the time we spent learning and growing. And I'm going to say this with my whole ass chest. We are just as good, if not better, than those who gatekeep us to keep the spotlight on themselves. We collectively are magic, and nothing will stop us on this journey. We are magic. And that's the message I want to leave with you guys today. That's all the time we have for now, but if you want to hear more, please follow and rate. And if you want to review rough script drafts or listen to episodes early, or you just love cosplay, tarot readings, witchcraft, and supporting small creators, feel free to follow me over at coffee.com/ohheytracy. That's ko-fi.com/ohheytracy, where you can also find free downloadable worksheets to help with your craft. On that note, I am your host, Oh Hey Tracy, and this has been the Witches Brewcast. Bye.